Welcome to Tired Mommy Revival. Hey mama, are you running on coffee fumes? Feeling like brain fog, fatigue, and anxiety are running the show? Do you wake up dreading the day ahead, already overwhelmed by the endless to-do list and unsure how you'll make it through? Do you long for the energy to enjoy motherhood and care for yourself, but feel stuck and unsure where to start? Let me remind you of something life-changing. You were created for more energy, more clarity, more joy. Hi, I'm Jerusha, certified holistic wellness coach, wife and mom to 2 wild boys and 1 baby girl in heaven. I know the exhaustion you're feeling because I've been there, barely making it through the day, relying on coffee and chocolate to survive, and wondering why nothing I tried ever made me feel better. Then, God stepped in and revealed a powerful truth. A woman's body is beautifully and uniquely designed to thrive. When we align with how God created us, we can boost our energy, bust through fatigue, and step into the vibrant, joy-filled life He has for us. Mama, I'm living proof that it's possible. These days, I wake up refreshed, nourish my body with intention, and navigate the chaos of motherhood with patience and peace. Most days. And I want to help you do the same. If you're ready to swap exhaustion for energy, brain fog for clarity, and guilt for grace, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into practical strategies, faith-filled truths, and empowering tools to renew your health, body, soul, and spirit. Are you ready for this? Let's do it, mama. If you've ever found yourself staring at the pile of unfolded laundry, reheating your coffee for the 3rd time, and wondering why you're constantly exhausted, even when you're handling things, this one's for you. Today, we're continuing our root cause series by talking about something most of us try to power through: stress. I'm not talking about the I spilled applesauce on my white shirt kind of stress, but the chronic underlying pressure that never seems to go away. And here's the truth most of us don't hear enough. Stress isn't just mental, it's physiological. Even if you're emotionally keeping it together and you're not crying in the closet or losing your cool, it doesn't mean your body isn't feeling the effects. Your stress matters, even if you're managing it, quote unquote, well. For years and years in my wellness journey, I just thought that if I got enough supplements into my system, then I would feel great. And ultimately, I never looked at stress as a key contributor to my health issues. And I certainly didn't realize that while I was shoving in all of those supplements, my stress was draining them on the other end. Not to mention creating a whole cascade of issues that was affecting me, including my weight. Fast forward to just a few years ago when I was trying to lose weight and I was really putting together these last pieces of the puzzle on my health. Things that had been a mystery to me before were now starting to make sense. And I learned that if I wanted to drop my waistline, I had to learn to drop my stress first. And that was a game changer for me. The truth is, stress wasn't just affecting my weight, but a lot of areas of my health, and ultimately my mental well-being and happiness, my ability to find peace and joy in everyday moments, and so much more. I grew up in an emotionally turbulent home. And so from a young age, I learned to manage stress pretty well. And by the time I became a young adult, by way of survival, I had figured out how to have a pretty high capacity for stress. And I thought that because my capacity for stress was so high, that I was handling things okay. Just because I wasn't having a mental breakdown did not mean that stress was not affecting my body. The truth is that even if your mental and emotional capacity for stress is high, you are not immune to the effects of stress on your body and your health. So let's dive in, Mama, because I want to help you understand how stress is affecting every area of your life, your waistline, yes, but your hormones, your digestion, your sleep, your ability to heal the way that God designed you to, and ultimately, your ability to show up in a day and access the peace and joy that God created you for. Let's start with hormones because stress doesn't just make you feel frazzled, it actually reprograms your hormone response. When you're constantly in stress mode, your body is stuck pumping out cortisol, your main stress hormone. That's your body's get stuff done in crisis button. But when you're living like the crisis never ends, whether it's toddler meltdowns, late night feedings, or endless laundry, your body doesn't get a break. Cortisol affects progesterone, your calming mood balancing hormone, which drops. It also affects estrogen, which can go haywire, leading to anxiety, irritability, and stubborn weight. And it affects your thyroid function, which slows way down to conserve energy. Hello, fatigue and brain fog. Have you ever felt like your to-do list is yelling louder than your kids? That's cortisol. And if the stress keeps going unchecked, your adrenal glands, the little glands that make cortisol, start to burn out. That's when we move from high stress to full-on adrenal dysfunction. Your adrenals were never meant to run full speed 24/7. When they crash, you might notice things like morning exhaustion that no amount of coffee fixes, energy dips around 2 to 3 p.m., feeling wired at night but exhausted during the day, and craving salty or sugary snacks just to get through. Adrenal dysfunction means your body no longer knows how to handle stress well. And the fix? It's not another supplement or caffeine boost. It's nourishment and rest in a rhythm that works for your body. To start healing your adrenals, you need to eat real food regularly, so don't skip meals. Get sunlight in the morning. Prioritize rest without guilt. Say no to what's not essential. Hello, Mama. I'm reminding myself while I'm reminding you. And build in slow moments, even 5 minutes at a time. It's not about quitting motherhood. Sorry, you can't. It's about supporting your body so that you can thrive in the midst of messy motherhood. Next is your liver. Your liver isn't just for detoxing toxins. It's also in charge of clearing out excess hormones, especially estrogen. But when you're chronically stressed, your liver is too overwhelmed to do its job well. It's like trying to do laundry during a power outage. You're piling up the dirty clothes, aka hormones, but nothing's actually getting cleaned. A sluggish liver equals hormonal buildup, inflammation, and, you guessed it, weight gain. Next up is your gut. You've probably heard it called your second brain, but when you're under constant stress, it starts sending out SOS signals. Stress can weaken your gut lining, hello, bloating and food sensitivities, kill off good bacteria, which support your mood and your immune system, and impair nutrient absorption. So even healthy food doesn't feel energizing. But the worst part, your gut makes a good chunk of your serotonin, the feel-good hormone. So when stress disrupts your gut, your mood and your motivation take a hit too. It is literally killing your chances of joy and weight loss and so many other things. But let's move on to sleep and the stress spiral. If you're waking up at 2 a.m. with a racing mind or dragging yourself out of bed like a zombie, you're not alone, mama. For years, I just thought that I was a night person and so not a morning person. But turns out I was letting stress wreak havoc on my body and my sleep routine too. Chronic stress increases nighttime cortisol, which blocks melatonin, your sleep hormone. Poor sleep leads to more stress, which leads to worse sleep. It's a vicious cycle. And yes, I see you, mama of littles. If you're still in the night feed zone or juggling toddlers and a barking dog, all I have to say is grace upon grace, mama. Let's talk about what you can do in just a minute, okay? But first, we're going to move on to why stress blocks weight loss. Let's hit this one hard because I know many of you feel stuck in your weight no matter how healthy you eat. High cortisol causes your body to store fat around the belly and increases insulin resistance, which means your body holds on to its calories like it's bracing for a famine. Even if you're eating clean, if you're chronically stressed, your body's survival mode overrides your weight loss efforts. You don't need a stricter diet. You need nervous system calm, mama. I know that if you are stuck in a cycle of feeling stressed and trying to manage it through control, which often looks like checking lots of things off of your to-do list and feeling like productivity can somehow ease your source of stress, telling you that you need to find moments of calm probably feels so counterintuitive, so unappealing, and maybe even really annoying. But the truth is that if we want to get out of this cycle of feeling drained in our energy, frustrated with our weight and how we look and how we show up every day with just mental clarity and peace and joy, we have to do something to step out of that cycle. And it starts with moments of calm, which we're going to talk about here in just a few minutes. But something else that I want to talk about is fasting and stress. Now, it can backfire on you. So I want to touch on that real quick. Here's the thing, fasting can be an amazing tool for healing and detox. But, and it's a big but, if your stress levels are already sky high, fasting can actually backfire on you. Why? Because fasting is a mild stressor on the body. But if you're already running on fumes, it can spike cortisol, cause blood sugar crashes, and stall weight loss or even lead to weight gain. Yes, it is possible if you have fasted and gained weight, stress and insulin that goes hand in hand in that whole little toxic cycle could be the thing keeping you from fasting well and experiencing the amazing benefits of it. The truth is, you need a healthy stress baseline before your body is in a place to benefit from fasting. So if you've tried intermittent fasting and ended up hangry, anxious, or heavier, it wasn't your fault. You weren't doing it wrong. You were just doing it at the wrong time. And we're going to actually talk about that in the next episode. It's going to be so good. So don't forget to come back and listen in on that conversation too. Okay, let's talk real life. Let's get some practical tips for stress-soaked mom life. You may not be able to remove stress entirely. Hello, the kids still need snacks and a million other things, but you can absolutely support your body. Here are a few simple, doable things. First, take 3 deep breaths before meals. It helps shift your body into rest and digest mode, which is important because if you're in stress mode, if your body thinks that it's trying to run from a bear, let's just say, for example, it's in the ultimate stress mode. Your body is not thinking about digesting food while you're running from a bear. It doesn't matter if you just got up from your picnic in the woods and now you're running from a bear. Digestion is off because survival is the focus. But if you get caught in a stress cycle in your regular life, digestion will be dramatically compromised. And so it's really important. Just taking 3 deep breaths before meals can help you so much. I have actually heard of other holistic wellness coaches say that they were able to help clients lose weight by doing this one thing. They told them to stop watching the news while they ate their meal. You guys, that's crazy. Removing the stress of watching the news while you're eating your food was enough to help them lose weight. Just that one thing by itself. That is so insane to me. That's the power that stress has on your body in this physiological response. Okay, let's move on. Next, let's do a brain dump each night. Write down your mental to-do list so it doesn't rattle around at 2 a.m. This is so simple, but sometimes it's the simple, obvious things that make such a big difference to us. If you're laying in bed, low-key stressing about all the different things that you have to do the next day, write them down. Once you know that they're there in a safe place and you can wake up in the morning and find them all again and you don't have to remember them or think about them anymore, it will help your body enter a rest state and you'll be able to go to sleep faster and you won't wake up in the middle of the night with those subconscious anxious thoughts still swimming around your brain. Next, ground yourself. Step outside barefoot for 5 minutes. If the weather's nice, obviously you can't do this when it's snowing, but when spring comes out, or even in the summer, go out first thing in the morning, stand outside barefoot for 5 minutes. Close your eyes and take some deep breaths and say a little prayer to God if you need to help you get through the day. But it will create a tremendous amount of resetting and calm in your body. Little things matter. They add up to big results. So don't forget to find those small moments through the day. Next is nourish consistently. This is huge. Don't skip meals. This is important because remember, if you're in high stress mode, your body is not ready to fast, okay? You don't need a million snacks throughout the day, but you do need good quality meals. No snacking on your kids' mac and cheese and chicken nuggets for lunch. That's not going to do it for you, girl. Okay, next is laugh daily. Even if it's at a meme or your kid's weird knock knock joke. You know, we've all been there. Thankfully, my kids, although they're funny, they've gotten funnier as they've gotten older. So I promise it gets better. But find something funny to laugh and increase those moments of joy in your life too. These small things will add up to help you start stepping out of the cycle of stress and into rhythms of more peace and joy. And lastly, I say this to you and I say it to me at the same time, drop the perfectionism. Your nervous system doesn't care if the dishes are done. It cares that you're safe. Caring for our family is holy work, but stewarding your peace is a form of worship too. Jesus is called the Prince of Peace because he came to bring us peace in so many innumerable ways that I don't even have time to touch on. But Jesus came because he wanted you to have peace, and stewarding your peace is a form of worship. It's how we show up for our bodies and our purpose in this life. And our purpose, showing up for our family, goes beyond if all the dishes are done or all the laundry is done or if we got to food prep. So make sure to prioritize this and give yourself permission to find moments of rest and peace too. Friend, stress isn't just an emotional problem. It is a root cause that affects your hormones, your gut, your liver, your sleep, and your weight. And you deserve support, not more pressure. If this episode hit home for you like it did for me, I invite you to check out the Live Healthy Mama course where we walk through healing your body and restoring your energy without adding more stress to your plate. This is where holistic wellness really shines, taking a look at the whole body and the whole person and not just singling out illnesses by themselves. Okay, in the next episode, we're talking about fasting and detox, and it's going to be so good. It is God's incredible design for cleansing and healing the body, and it is so powerful. It has the ability to heal every other part of your body that we have been talking about over this root cause series. But we need some things to be in alignment first. So fasting actually helps you and doesn't add to your overwhelm. Mama, you were created for wellness. One breath, one choice, one moment at a time can help you heal and step into the beautiful rhythms that God created you for and out of the chaos of the world. I hope that you were encouraged by today's episode, and I will see you next time for the last episode of Root Causes. Mama, I hope this episode blessed you and reminded you that you were beautifully and uniquely made to thrive. If today's conversation spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to take a moment to leave a rating and review. Not only does it encourage me, but it helps more tired mamas discover the hope, healing, and energy they've been searching for. You're not in this alone. Make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Together, we'll reclaim your energy, renew your health, and revive your spirit, one step at a time. Until next time, remember, you are beautifully designed by God to live with energy, clarity, and joy. You're not just surviving, Mama. You're stepping into the vibrant life you were created for. I'm cheering you on.